Hello everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I'm back for yet another day of my 5 scrapbook process videos a week for the whole month of February challenge. This is day 4. So I did a 2-page layout for this one. So should that technically count as 2 process videos? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm using background paper that is from, I think, 49 and Market. It's very thick. It's a nice sturdy piece of cardstock. You could do mixed media on this cardstock. I got it from scrapbook.com. It was a Christmas gift. It was part of my January haul. So if you want to check back on that video to see all the things that I got, I am working my way through all of the January haul products pretty quickly. So we might be having some trouble finishing this February challenge, but we'll see how it goes. And honestly, I can't buy any new scrapbook paper because my full-time job is now freelance and I had to take a significant pay cut for that. So if any of you need somebody to write something or edit something or help you out with social media, film something for you, hi, I'm your girl. Leave me a comment or send me an email. I'd be happy to help you out. You'd be helping me out too. Okay, so back to this process video. So I'm doing a layout that I had sketched probably back in like 2007 or 2008. It was something that I saw on scrapbook.com in the gallery, and it's based on a layout called Egg Hunt by Miss Morris. So I guess if you go to scrapbook.com and you search, I don't know if you can search for usernames, but this was from a very long time ago, and I was just flipping through my old sketch notebook, and I saw it, and I said, you know what? I could do something with this. It originally had 6 photos. 5 of them were vertical, and 1 was horizontal. So I'm going to change it up a little bit, and actually I've moved the sketch on its side because the majority of my photos are horizontal for this layout, and I only have 1 vertical photo. So I will be flipping the sketch over and changing it up a little bit. So on the first page, both pages actually have the same setup for the background. There's a square piece of pattern paper in the center, and then I just took the border strip to that paper, that striped paper, which is from Lawn Fawn, I believe. And I put that kind of off center. That's the way that it looked in the sketch. And then on the sides of the pattern paper, it looked like scalloped edges. And I used to have a Creative Memories ruler where you could trace the scalloped edges. Like one end of the ruler was flat, so you could use it as a ruler. And then the other end you could trace, and it was kind of like a cloud scallopy pattern. But unfortunately, that was made of plastic and it broke. So I no longer have that. And I used to have a whole bunch of those scissors that you would cut, and they would make the ends a different pattern, scalloped, like kind of jagged. I don't have those anymore. I think I had done a big purge in my scrap room not too long ago, and I ended up throwing all those scissors away. So when I went into my stash of paper punches, some of the ones that I have, they're a little too fancy. I don't mind it, but it's just not really my style. I guess I should look for more paper punches in things that are my style, but I did find this one, and you can see it's sort of it's scallopy, okay, and it's not too fancy. It's fine. So I decided that I would use that, and of course, I forgot how to use it because I haven't used it in, I don't know, at least a year. So there was a little trial and error there as I figured out how to do it. But I did figure it out. It's really not that difficult once you remember, because it has guidelines on it. So you can line up, like if you punch one and then you move it along, you can line up what you've punched so that you can make sure that you get it accurately punched for the second, third, fourth, and however long it takes you, depending on how long your paper is. So I've got both of those on one side. And of course, I wanted it to show the floral side, and I stuck it down wrong. So I've got to, peel it up and stick it back down on the other side. Not that big of a deal. But I wanted it to show the pretty flowers instead of being a solid color. And I don't remember, I used this paper on something else, and I don't remember if the manufacturer of this, if this was part of that Lawn Fawn collection, or if it was something else that I had got from Joanne. I don't remember, but I like it. And I liked, the rainbow stripes in the center. I just wanted to pick colors from there and kind of add to it. So the branding strip had light blue stars on it, which went perfect with the light blue stripes. And then the green flowers go well with the green. There's a little bit of yellow in the flowers as well, which of course goes well with the yellow stripes that are in the rainbow. And then I'm doing my photos right now. So I'm doing 3 on this page and just stacking them one on top of another. I don't know if I sketched it this way or if this was the way it was on the original layout, but the way I sketched it, it seemed like the top and bottom photos were smaller than the middle photo. So I kept my middle photo at a 4x6, and I cut the top and bottom photos down to about 3.5 by 5, or is it 3 by? Yeah, it's 3.5 by 5. The old standard photo printing size that we used to get when you'd get your photos developed at the local photo store or Walgreens. And then as I'm putting them down, and I'm like, you know what? That branding strip, to me, it just looked weird to have the branding strip and the paper punched edge so far away. And I said, I wonder, and I didn't make specific notes on the sketch. I said, I wonder if there's supposed to be a different pattern in between. So I was kind of going back and forth. Do I need to use this black pattern? Because, black goes with everything. Or do I want to use this other yellow pattern, sort of a checker or square pattern? I was trying to figure out which one was going to look best. So I did cut the papers. I don't normally do that, but just the visual for me, I needed to see it in the right size so I could really get a better idea of what was going to look best in that small space. It's about a 2-inch space between the branding strip and the edge and the green floral paper. So I decided to go with the yellow. The black was fine, but everything else was just so bright. And it just didn't totally work. And I would have loved to use that floral paper, but the colors were just not quite right. And that would have bothered me. It was a little too blue and not as much green. So that's all right. I still have plenty of that paper to use. Same with the black paper. I can use those on another layout. Not a big deal that I've already cut those paper strips. I really like the way that it looks with the yellow there. So I had these house stickers that Rebecca over from, I know I'm going to say this wrong, Paper Glue. I'll link her down below, but she had sent these to me probably last year in a card, and I haven't used all of them, and I've been saving these houses for something just like this, and they're perfect for this because these are photos of a Verbo that my family stayed at 2 summers ago in Virginia, and it's a gorgeous house. I think we were only there for 2 nights. But some of the other family members stayed a little bit longer, and it was amazing. It's kind of strange though, because it's in the middle of nowhere. Literally, you were just driving through, and as you're driving, there are like small, dinky houses. You can tell that the area is not very wealthy. There's no industry. I don't know where these people work. I don't know where they shop for their clothes. The nearest grocery store was like a half hour away. And then you get by the waterfront, and all the rich people have built these ginormous houses. It's kind of a sad discrepancy, to be quite honest with you. But the house was beautiful. I have no idea how much it cost because we didn't have to pay anything, which was really nice. But there were, oh my gosh, there were so many of us inside this house, and it fit all of us. It had like 3 bathrooms. It was just very nice to sit out on the deck. It was right by the water. We got lots of nice sunset pictures. My father-in-law rented a boat, and some of them went out on the boat one day. It was very, very hot though, unfortunately. But good thing, the house had air conditioning. Didn't come with a pool, but someone brought an inflatable pool, and so that was nice. We got some pictures from there. You might have seen, or you might be going to see in my upcoming layout share video, some of those photos that I have scrapped. I'm almost done scrapping this little vacation. Just have, I think, another 2-pager left that I need to do. Anyway, so on that first page, I added a title with some very small letter stickers. I know I think they're simple stories, but they remind me of October Afternoon. Do you remember October Afternoon's mini alpha stickers? I love that company. I wish they were still around. And then I added some simple stories stickers from the flea market collection, and then a few simple stories enamel dots. I did a cluster by the title up at the top, and then on the diagonal bottom, I did another cluster of another house sticker, enamel dots, and the simple story sticker. So like I said before, I cut all the rest for the second page off camera because you already know what I've done there. This is going to be pretty much exactly the same as the first page. Now, I thought about kind of flipping the second page as well, still keeping it the same kind of orientation, but having the yellow and the branding strip on the left side instead of the right hand side. But the way that the photo placement was, that didn't really make sense. Although I could have rearranged the photo placement, but whatever. I didn't, so here we are. So basically the background of the second page is exactly the same as the first page. It's just the placement of the photos is different. Now, the original sketch had 3 photos on this page too. So this is a great one if you have 6 photos that you need to get done. I only had 5. So I kept one photo is 4x6. The vertical one is 4x6. And then the smaller one up at the top is cut down again to that 3.5x5 size. And then in place of a photo, I am going to do a journaling spot. And I was looking at the journaling spot, vertical. This was from, I want to say, a Chamel paper. I'm not totally sure, but I know I'm pretty sure it came from my Joann purchase my Joann purchase was back in November. I don't know, but I have it and it was out on my desk and it had some blue in it. And I thought, okay, there's like a darker blue in the rainbow stripes. So that's going to work. But I needed to kind of build it up a little bit. I mean, I guess I could have kept it the same. It's a 3x4 size cut apart. I could have kept it the same, but I really wanted to have some sort of backing on it, just to make it stand out a little bit, and also have it be about the same size as the photo up on the top. So just, you could do it however you want, but for me, I really needed it to be close to that same 3.5x5 size. So I grabbed some paper from a scrap bag that I have, and it's floral, which finally I'm getting a different floral pattern on here, as I wanted to have a floral on the other side, and the colors just didn't work. But this one I think works well because it's got some similar colors going on in it. And the journaling spot is kind of on top of it, so it's not so floral that if it didn't totally match, you would notice. So that's kind of nice too. And then the journaling spot gave me a lot of space to write about what these pictures were and what we did while we were there. And again, I've got house stickers. I'm going to do 2 more clusters of embellishments. I was kind of running out of the enamel dots, so I usually like to do different sizes and colors and mix them when I do the clusters, but I wasn't able to do that because I was running out. But I finished up that enamel dot sheet, which I'm very proud of, although now I don't have those enamel dots anymore. And as I said earlier, I'm going to be going through a supply crisis pretty soon. So fingers crossed for me. But I'm just going to add a house up at the top where that one photo is. That's it looks very similar to the other picture that's on the first page. It's a little less of a sunset picture, but this one actually has people in it. If you look closely, I think my husband and my daughter are down walking down the dock, and I just wanted to get a picture of them in. And then the other one is taken when you're on the dock facing the house. I think I got pictures facing a little bit of facing the house, and then like the house straight on, and then being out on the deck. It was so nice to just have some time to like sit outside by myself, drink my ginger tea, have breakfast, relax. I did yoga out on the lawn one morning, although I wouldn't recommend that because I ended up with like weird spots on my stomach. They weren't itchy or anything, and they did go away, but I don't know like what kind of bugs were out there. And I was like, everybody put your bug spray on, because who knows what's out here in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, a house is going to go up on the top, and I'm going to add another Simple Stories Flea Market circular sticker along with some small enamel dots, 3 of them. And then down at the bottom, I'm going to do another house sticker with another Simple Stories Flea Market circle sticker that I'm popping up on foam tape and then adding in some more enamel dots. So that's pretty much all there is to this layout. I mean, it's a 2-pager. I feel like with 2-pagers, you sometimes don't need to do a whole lot because there already is a whole lot. There are 2 pages and lots of photos. So, you know, it's a little bit different. 2 pages are a little bit different than doing just a single page, where you feel like you have to add a whole lot because you maybe only have 1 photo or 2 photos and they're small or whatever. So I don't mind not going overboard with embellishments and things like that. And with this one, I have so many different patterns. I really like the design of the background. I think that in itself is kind of an embellishment, right? So I hope this video was helpful for you and that you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the process videos I have for this month. Follow me on social media and I'll talk to you later. Bye.